Talking China. When Max reached the bottom of the stairs, he saw flickering candles on either side of the front door. He hoped Uncle Jim or Auntie Bunda might be already up and about. Entering the dining room, he found a space also lit by candles, and a table laid for tea. To his amazement, the cups and plates, and everything else, were alive and talking. In the middle of the table was a teapot, which wore a stuffy tea-cosy and cocked a stuck-up spout. Beside it squatted a kettle with a sort of face appearing like a reflection in its shiny metal. "More tea?" said the teapot, pouring into the cups without waiting for their answer. "I must give them all the same, you know," he whispered to a beautiful candlestick, who fluttered a flame enchantingly, "or one of them is bound to get upset." Max watched as a plate offered the kettle some sandwiches. The kettle said, "The third pot of tea and I, the high kettle, hold you in the highest, I say the highest, esteem." "We do our best," said the plate. "I should mention the lean of pork paid for the ham." Max, looking about him, saw a pig licking a bandage on its body, and decided this must be the lean of pork. "The pig didn't pay too much, I hope," said the teapot, with a look of concern. "Oh, no," said the plate. "That would be more than his bacon is worth." The teapot beamed at him for such a long time that the plate finally took the hint and spun away. Max had been noticed. At once the contents of the table rose, glaring and flashing. Knives and forks whirled in skilled formation. The kettle whistled and silenced his clan. In a haughty voice he said, "Who are you, and why are you here? There's nothing here for you." "I'm not so sure," said Max. "I could simply murder those ham sandwiches." The word murder made everything in the room gasp, especially the ham sandwiches. The kettle coughed, and everyone was silent. "I've come to a decision. You have no invitation to this table, and so are not fit to sit at it. You are as unfit as a kettle and teapot are to rule," came a voice from somewhere. Yet the kettle seemed not to have heard. "Please let me explain," said Max. "I'm here, wherever here is, by mistake. You see, I'm meant to be in Auntie Bunda's house, and I'd be really grateful if you could tell me how to get back there." "Auntie Bundy house?" hissed the kettle. To the teapot he whispered, "He admits he's not from our world. I always suspected there to be life beyond the door. You know what this means. He must be a spy." "Where," said the teapot, "is this world you mention?" "It's here," said Max, or I thought it was. The teapot whispered to the kettle, "He won't tell us." "Come, come," said the kettle sternly. "You must let us know everything about the land of Auntie Bundy house. If you do, I shall ask the great-grandfather clock, who knows all there is to know, to teach you how to get back to this strange country of yours." Until that moment, Max had hardly noticed the ticking of a clock. He turned his head and saw a tall, handsome grandfather clock, with a long pendulum swinging to and fro. It had been ticking all the while, with a soft, warm tick. Encouraged by the promise, Max gave as much information about Auntie Bunda's house as he could, especially mentioning the existence there of teapots and kettles. "I suppose they are held in high positions?" said the teapot. "Well, that depends," said Max, not knowing how to explain the different function of kettles and teapots in his world, at least not without causing offence. "You need better rulers, then," said the teapot with a sniff. "As I'm sure you've noticed, I am at exactly the right height off the ground." The kettle asked the next question. "Are there many books in your country?" "Oh, yes." "Vicious, are they?" "Oh, no." The idea made Max want to laugh, but he stopped himself in time. "They must be very tame in your country," said the teapot with a superior smile. "With us it's a different matter. We've sent our bravest soldiers to the land of out there in search of books. We have none of our own because, as you can see, we have no bookcase. Few of our brave soldiers ever returned, and those that did all had terrible adventures to relate. Yet the very worst things they met were monsters called bookworms, one of the fiercer sort of dragon that lurk in heavy volumes. When a soldier opens the pages, out the worm springs. The surprise makes the soldier throw the book up in the air, and down it comes. Snap! Snap, said Max. Snap, said the teapot, correcting him. That's the covers of the book, rimmed with teeth of steel, as it comes down on the poor soldier's head and, his voice trailed away to a whisper, bites it off. After hearing that, said the kettle, don't you think your books are rather tame? Max could only agree.